Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So first, excuse my face and the state it's in right now, but that is only because today I have a first impressions in video on a new drugstore foundation. So just try to ignore the planet that is growing on my nose right now. I just popped it. I know I shouldn't have, but I did, and it's a little flared up, so. The foundation that I'm going to talk about today and that I'm trying out, totally this is my first time using it. I have not tried it out whatsoever at all. The most I've used is just to kind of swatch to see if the color was alright, because I just, went out on a whim and guessed on my color in this foundation. And it is the Maybelline Better Skin Skin Transforming Foundation. Now, I'm a little confused here, and if any of you know out there, please help me out and inform me, but I cannot find any information on this foundation whatsoever. A Snapchat friend of mine sent me a snap of this foundation at Walmart, I believe, and I was like, why haven't I seen any advertisements? I haven't heard anybody talk about this foundation. So I went on the Maybelline website and I can't find anything on it, which I think it's weird. I don't know if it was meant to be released yet or if it's going to be and there's just no, promotion on it yet. I really don't know. But the most I've gotten, like, as far as finding any info on it is this weird, it's like not even the same packaging. You can kind of see it here on my phone. Like, look how different it is. I don't know if maybe it's been released in other countries and it's just barely hitting the US, which wouldn't surprise me because I know that happened with like the Maybelline Baby Skin and a whole bunch of different products, so it's not unusual for that to be the case. But I figured, well, let's give it a go already and see what this is all about before we start hearing it, from all these different sources. So this is going to be my first time trying it, and yeah, let's just get started. First off though, let me talk about the packaging of it because I actually really like the packaging. It's all blue color, so that's the same as the one in the picture I just showed you, except this one is a lot more, it seems a lot more slim. It's a glass bottle. It has a plastic top though. It's a pump, so that's good. And basically what it claims on the packaging, and I'm only going off what the packaging says because like I said, there's no info on it online. It is a skin transforming foundation. So I don't know exactly what it's supposed to do or how it's supposed to work, but it's supposed to stay on longer. It's a long wearing foundation. It's oil free, so it's good if you have oily skin. It has SPF 15, and let's see what the back says here. I believe on the little, I can't open it. I believe on the little display that I saw at Walmart, it said that it was supposed to help with like radiance and like color, complexion and stuff like that. So it's just such a different concept in a drugstore foundation in my opinion. So I don't know exactly what it's supposed to do, but I mean, it's supposed to be as if like the more you wear it or over time as you use the foundation, it's actually going to help your skin. So I think that's interesting. So what I'm going to do is actually go a whole week with just wearing this foundation. And by the way, that's a big commitment for me because this weekend's my birthday and I really wanted to self-tan, but that's obviously not the shade that I got it in. So I'm sacrificing my tan for this. But anyway, yeah, so the color I got was Ivory 15. This is the second to the lightest shade they had. They had porcelain and then ivory. I feel like the porcelain one was just going to be way too white and cool tone for me, so that's why I went with this one. And when I swatched it on my jaw right now, it actually seemed like it was going to be okay, so hopefully it is. Also, like I said, I bought it at Walmart and it came out to about 10 something. Before tax it was, I believe, $9 and some cents, so pretty affordable like usual drugstore foundations. So yeah, let's get started with trying this on. The consistency of it is kind of like, it's very light, like it's very almost moussey, which I think that's pretty cool. And I'm just really curious about the coverage too and how well it's going to cover. Whoops, forgot something. I'm going to prime also. I got a new Maron Velvet Primer Serum. You guys know I love this primer. It's my favorite primer of all time, and I ran out of it, and I'm so glad I restocked on it because I was in desperate need of it. Okay, so primer's on. Let's get started. I'm gonna probably cover this side of my face. I'll leave half covered and half uncovered so we can see the difference. So I'm using my Bobbi Brown full coverage face brush. It's so hard for me to say sometimes. And I'm gonna just start stippling this into my skin. It doesn't really have a scent to it, so no scent whatsoever. So far the coverage looks really nice. Let's see, I'm going to cover my nose to see how well it covers this mess right now. Probably could have covered it a little bit better. It doesn't say on the packaging what coverage it claims to be, so I really don't know what to expect out of it. And you all know I like full coverage, so. Okay, so one half is covered, the other half is not. I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, so here you can see this is the side where I have the foundation on, and this side I don't. What I can tell right off the bat about the coverage, it's not a full coverage. It seems to be like a little bit more of a medium to sheer, because it doesn't really have like that much of a high pigmentation. If it did, I think it would have covered more of the redness that I have around here. I have a feeling the best way to apply this foundation would be with a beauty blender. I'm kind of not liking the way that it's coming out with my brush. So I'm going to do this side with the beauty blender and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished applying this other half of my face with the foundation, and I did use a beauty blender on this side. I look awful like this. It looks so sick. But what I can tell is that the finish of it definitely seems to be more of like a matte finish. It is not very luminous whatsoever, so if you have dry skin, I'm not too sure if you will like this. But I actually do really like the finish of it right now. Very interesting. Coverage would probably be, I would still say medium. I'm not going to say that it's like a super full coverage. I would still say medium because you can kind of still see like some of my imperfections still kind of like peeking through and stuff. So definitely not full coverage. I'm going to say medium coverage. Good for oily skin because it's drying pretty matte. The color seems to be pretty good. I thought it was going to have too much pink in it, but it's like it works out okay for my skin tone. That's another thing though, that when I was looking at all the shades, I feel like just for the lighter shades there wasn't too many options. It was like just a big jump from like ivory to like classic ivory, and the classic ivory looked like way too like even way too tan and a lot darker skin tone than what I would use. So I don't know about how the color range is gonna work out, but that could have just been my store. So, I mean, I don't know, I like it. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, see how everything else like lays down on top of this, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back with the rest of my makeup on, and after, you know, putting everything on it, I have to say that I am okay with the way that the foundation settles on my skin. I will say that it is actually a lot more matte than what I thought it was going to be. But then again, it doesn't claim on here what kind of finish it is. It doesn't really say if it'll be luminous or what skin type it's for. So I think it's just maybe a little confusing and misleading for consumers, but I guess with anything though that does claim to be long wearing, it's more often than not it's going to be something that is a lot more matte. So I would just say that if you do have extremely dry skin, I can already tell you that this is just not going to lay on your skin and look as nice as it should look if you had maybe like more of an oily skin type. That's probably the only thing that you need to be like super careful with this foundation. But other than that, I mean, I don't know, we're gonna see within a few days time how well this does for your skin. And I'm actually kind of excited about it because lately I've been getting that texture like around my forehead again, so maybe this will help with that. Not too sure yet, but we'll see. If you guys have heard of this foundation, if you guys have already bought it, or if you're using it, then let me know down below. Also, if you have any questions of anything that maybe I didn't mention or cover in this video, then by all means ask me also in the comments. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Wish me luck on this foundation. Bye!